Let's go to the AM News now. And the Interior Minister has revealed that the nation is positioning itself to begin earning billions of dollars from cannabis cultivation following the launch of new regulations designed to govern the licensing of activities from their cultivation stage through to the final use of medicinal cannabis. Speaking at the launch of the regulatory framework, Interior Minister Muntaka Mohammed Mubarak expressed strong confidence in the potential of the cannabis sector to become a major revenue stream for the country, stating that Ghana will soon shift its focus from gold mining to the cannabis sector.
Say that this is an industry that we believe, if well developed and well tapped, should start giving us billions. But believe me, our emphasis is more on the security and public safety of our Ghanaians than the money. That's why our focus is about producing and doing it right. Once we do it right, then any other thing that comes is a blessing that will be coming to us. But we believe that if well managed and properly done, looking at the kind of environment that we have, the climate that we have, the water bodies that we have, the arable land that we have, maybe in the next few years, we may be running away from gold and then running towards medicinal cannabis. Yeah, because we believe that it's going to generate billions of dollars to the state.
He also stressed that Ghanaians must clearly understand the purpose of the act, stating that dealing in marijuana remains illegal except for strictly regulated medicinal purposes.
So please, dealing with weed is still illegal. So don't confuse this with weed. This weed, they call it weed. Even though it's weed, they call it weed. So let me mention the way so they know what we are talking about. We are talking about weed. Weed is still illegal. What we are talking about here is medicinal cannabis. No. not medicinal weed, medicinal cannabis. What we have done through the Narcotics Control Commission Act 2023 is to create a tightly controlled, transparent, and Ghanaian-owned framework for the cultivation and utilization of cannabis that have a negligible psychoactive effect. That is the cultivation and management of cannabis, which has not more than 0.3% THC content on a dry weight basis for industrial purposes, for obtaining fiber, seed, or for medicinal purposes.
Now, the German Development Corporation has commissioned a refurbished bioinstrumentation laboratory for biomedical engineering students at the University of Ghana. The state-of-the-art facility is equipped with modern medical equipment to provide hands-on practical training aligned with industry standards. There's more in the following report.
The state-of-the-art laboratory is expected to be a game-changer in the training of biomedical engineering students at the University of Ghana. The existing laboratory offered limited opportunities for students to gain adequate hands-on training due to the lack of modern biomedical instruments. According to the students, they struggled to put into practice the theories taught in school.
For the practicality of the course is majority of theory. So basically, that's the issue being faced. So when you go to the real world, you have to now apply the knowledge that you've learned into the real world. And basically, the equipment's are already there. So it becomes difficult.
In the system, even applauds students who have the ability to memorize stuff and, be able to produce them, which is very wrong. Because in the end, if you know all these things and you can't put them into practice, then what's the essence of you being an engineer?
Speaking on behalf of the Minister of Health, the Director of Allied Health at the Ministry of Health, Dr. Ignatius Awinibono, said Ghana's quest for universal health coverage stands the risk of being stifled if the country lacks strong biomedical technology systems.
The health sector in Ghana, like many across the continent, faces recurring challenges. Equipment downtime, as has been highlighted, delayed maintenance, reliance on external technical support, limited local manufacturing, and constrained innovation ecosystems. These challenges are not simply logistical, they are also developmental. And therefore, the upgrading of these labs would enable us find some of the answers to the above challenges. They create the enabling environment for training engineers who can reduce equipment downtime, promote and increase the maintenance culture, and design context-specific innovations tailored to Ghana's healthcare delivery.
At the launch, the Dean of the School of Engineering Sciences at the University of Ghana, Professor Elsie Kaufman, recounted some significant challenges faced in the school's early years.
At the time, there was no academic program in biomedical engineering in Ghana. It took a lot of effort and strong will to be able to start this program that we are seeing today. Our first program took from 2001 to 2003 to get approved. But that doesn't mean everything has been perfect. We did our best with what we had. We had issues with capacity, even the people to teach. We had issues with facilities and infrastructure, where to do the teaching. We certainly had issues with the practical aspects of the program.
With modern equipment now in place, stakeholders say the new laboratory will equip students with practical skills to support and maintain life-saving medical technology, strengthening Ghana's healthcare system for the future. For Joy News, Deborah Animwa Beidu's report, read to you.
Now to other stories now, and the Director of Operations of the National Health Insurance Authority in the Central Region, Daniel Kofi Nyamadi, has urged health and community stakeholders to intensify public education efforts as government prepares to roll out the free primary healthcare policy. Announcing that the policy will soon be launched, he stressed that strong public sensitization on the importance of the Ghana card and the National Health Insurance Scheme card will be key to making healthcare services more accessible to citizens. He made the call during a stakeholders meeting organized by the NHIA in the Gomwa West District. There's more in this report.
According to the district manager of the National Health Insurance Authority, NHIA, in the Gomwa West District, Eric Owusu-Apia, the authority recorded an increase in membership in 2025, attributing the growth to some strategic measures implemented.
Yes, we recorded 90.8% of indigent registration from last year, and when it came to membership we increased this by 24.6% from 108,000 to 135,000 by the close of the year, and we're able to educate and sensitize the members about the NHIA. In fact, under the year under review, we were able to we undertook 134 outreach exercises across the whole districts that we operate under. So this is an achievement that we want the whole world to know. And then when it comes to claims reimbursement, we are also happy to report that there has been a massive improvement about claims reimbursement to their facilities. He
also acknowledged some challenges encountered, but assured stakeholders that efforts are underway to enhance the authority's operations within the district.
When you go to the outreach exercises, sometimes the network connectivity becomes a challenge. And then the communities too, we have a lot of them not enabled to pay for the premium that they have to pay. But thanks to the authority and then the LIP Secretariat, we were able to register some of the members under the indigent category of the authority.
Also at the meeting, the Central Regional Operations Manager of the NHIA, Daniel Kofi Nyamadi, announced that government's free primary healthcare policy will soon be launched, urging stakeholders to intensify public sensitization.
It's a policy, very soon it will be launched. And then we are urging the stakeholders, the assemblymen, everybody, at least they should be ambassadors of the health insurance, telling people that this is what is coming. And those who don't have the Ghana card, health insurance card, although you don't need it, it is necessary. We still encourage everybody to get the Ghana card or the health insurance card, because for now, where people have Ghana card, we don't print new cards for them. We activate the health insurance on it for them. So basically, so far, they've done well, and then we pray that this year, we're going to support them more to do more.
The District Director of Health Services for Gomoa West, Dr. Maxwell Yebuachre, commended the authorities' efforts but appealed for prompt reimbursement of delayed funds.
As Ghana Health Service, we are one of their major stakeholders. I commended them for the stakeholder engagement meetings they were able to roll out last year, and also for the prompt payments that we saw somewhere last year. And so we are pleading with NHIA to really look into our issue. They should really help come to our aid so that we'll be able to get reimbursement promptly and be able to carry out our mandate.
From APAM, Abigail Lisol and Nkrumah reports for Joy News.
Crowned the best peer-reviewed district hospital in the region, a triumphant yet bittersweet honor for a facility grappling with critical staff shortages, stalled infrastructure project, and a broken operating theatre table. The stark realities of rural healthcare delivery were laid bare at the 2025 West District Annual Health Performance Review in Wechau. The District Director of Health Services, Cecilia Kakariba, highlighted the challenges confronting the health system despite the hospital's recognition. Join News' Upper West Regional Correspondent Rafi Salam reports from Wechau.
Taking the podium first, was District Director of Health Services, Madam Cecilia Kakariba, painted a grim picture of the operational crisis facing her staff. She revealed that the main district hospital in Wechau is surviving on just 5 midwives to handle all shifts.
As of now, our district hospital has just 5 midwives. They run morning, afternoon, and night duties. Many of our health facilities are closed down because we do not have health staff. Hopefully, inadequate motorbike for service delivery, just 4 to 5 out of 86 health facilities. Inadequate beds in the hospital. 31 chip zones without structures.
The infrastructure deficit is equally crippling. Madam Kakariba reported that out of 42 completed CHIPS compounds across the district, 21 operate without electricity and 24 lack basic vaccine fridges. Most alarming is the hospital's primary operating theatre table, which is broken down, requiring risking manual adjustments during life-saving surgeries.
Broken down theatre table. The theatre table is currently broken down and they will have to adjust it whilst they do operation. Like I said, in the course of operating, it means the board or whatever they use to adjust, if it falls down, it means the patient falls down from the theatre table. Out of 42 CHIPS compounds, 21 have no electricity. Inadequate vaccine fridges. Out of 54 facilities with structures, only 30 health facilities have functional vaccine fridges. 24 facilities without fridges. Huge burden on our only IGF. No enough blood at the blood bank. Sometimes we have to rally around to get blood to transfuse dying patients.
Despite these hurdles, she noted a localized success with skilled birth deliveries improving to over 61%. However, the district critically recorded 1 maternal death in 2025, breaking a previous zero mortality record in 2024.
The district unfortunately recorded a maternal death within the period under review, which broke our 2024 records of 0 maternal death. During the maternal death audit, key lessons were learned, and we will together continue to fight using all these interventions against such mortalities.
Taking the stage, following the Health Director's sovereign presentation, the West District Chief Executive, Richard Wulu, delivered a sharp political response to the crisis, blatantly declaring that every maternal death is a failure of our system. To combat these system failures and address the gaps highlighted by Madam Kakariba, the DC announced aggressive interventions by the district assembly.
We acknowledge the fact that we still have some major health challenges with regards to equipment, infrastructure, accommodation, staffing, among others. Rome, they say, was not built in a day. The District Assembly is soliciting for support from many development partners to improve health delivery in the district.
The system challenges were further validated during an independent peer assessment by a wise representative who brought the crippling financial strain on the district to the forefront. The assessment highlighted that significant internal generated fund, IGF, are locked up due to high national health insurance scheme claim rejections, starving the facilities of operational cash. Responding to the outcry from both the district directorate and the peer assessors, Prosper Mungele, the regional deputy director of administration representing the regional health director, offered immediate regional interventions.
The Director General is saying that you can extract those claims right officially and we'll engage the NHIA to pay you. We know it was a systems problem when you were transitioning from limbs to GIMS. So there is hope. Your claims for October will be paid. It will not be lost.
Despite soaring over 90% and being named the best peer-reviewed district hospital in the region, the true backbone of West healthcare system remains its resilient frontline workers. Reporting for J News, Rafiq Salam, Wachao.
That's the business update with a look at the city's performance on the currency market. Now, government's big push agenda, 24-hour economic policy and export diversification are some of the key areas the business community expect President John Dramani Mahama should touch on during the State of the Nation's address later today. Now, they say better clarity on how these policy reforms would be implemented will enable businesses aligned to leverage the opportunities of these initiatives. Speaking to Job Business ahead of today's State of the Nation address, Greater Accra Regional Chairman of the Association of Ghana Industries, Chonam Akbelu, said the business community will be looking for specifics on how these policies will be implemented.
I would like to begin by commending the government for their record achievement in terms of the macroeconomy, at least for the past 1 year. It's been quite impressive. We've had a fairly stable macroeconomic environment, and it's great for business. We are looking forward to, number one, understanding from the president how he intends to make these gains sustainable. As I've mentioned over the period, for us in industry, our major interest is to see how sustained all of these gains have been over the years. We're interested in continuing to see a more stabilized inflation rate, a more reduced interest rates, a fairly stabilized currency exchange rate, and so on. So we are really keen to see his position on how he intends to continue to create sustainability for all of these macroeconomic gains. There's an issue about the big push. We are interested in hearing from the president his real vision for the road sector, especially, and the big push program. You know, roads have direct impact on industry. Most of our goods and services we produce have to be taken to the market centers and so on. So we want to hear his state of the nation address. The nation address on the roads and so on. Then it's also important to talk about the main issue of the 24-hour economy. So the law has been passed, we are happy about that, but we are interested in seeing how we intend to involve the private sector in creating the needed regulations to govern the 24-hour economy as that has been established.
Away from that, the CD could be the biggest beneficiary when it comes to the proposed reserve accumulation program. We have more in the following report.
Based on the proposals captured in the reserve accumulation program, the city will not have to wait until the end of 2028 before it starts feeling the impact in terms of the expected dividend. This is because government is looking at increasing the country's import cover to more than 6 months by the close of this year, targeting 11.8 months in 2027 and more than 15 months in 2028. Based on this development, it looks like if government is able to hit this target this year, this would come with some benefits for the city. This is because it could give some assurance to investors that the Bank of Ghana is in a strong position to support the cedi during demand pressures. Some market analysts have argued that a lot of the cedi's depreciation was fueled by sentiments. So, if there is some assurance that things are going to improve, then we are assured of some long-term stability.
Well, let's conclude the business update with the commodities market. And that will be it for the AM News. After that, we'll bring you the AM Sports. Do stay.